recognized symbol of excellence for your entertainment.
The whole process was so free. I mean, with everybody involved in the film, I really felt that I had the space to create kind of whatever I wished, and I was just so obsessed with the world, it really just flowed.
Welcome to Machino Music, a show that puts some music in Machino Music. With your host, me, Brett Strong. Today on Machino Music, I'll be talking all about the new Charli XCX album, Wuthering Heights. Good afternoon, everybody. The new Charli XCX album, Wuthering Heights, has been released. Now, this coincides with the recent movie adaptation of Wuthering Heights. And actually, I don't have really any connection to Wuthering Heights. Like, I didn't have to read the book in school. And actually, my only real knowledge of Wuthering Heights is the Kate Bush song, that crazy video where she's dancing around in the fields in that red dress. And also, I just recently saw the 1939 movie adaptation. Not bad. Good movie starring Laurence Olivier, one of the all-time great actors. 1939 was a big year for film. So it came out right in that middle of that year. So that's really my only knowledge of Wuthering Heights. But that's what works with this album, which we'll start to get into here. And this is not really a review. That's not what we do here. You think of this as a discussion. It's like your friend saying, you might like this. So yeah, you don't have to have any knowledge of Wuthering Heights to appreciate this album. It sounds like a Charli XCX album, which is just totally great. So let's just sort of look through some of the songs here. Actually, let's talk about the album art first. Kind of a boring album. It's a blow up of this microscopic picture here on the back. It's Margot Robbie and Jacob Elordi, and I don't know, it looks like a poop or something. She's hanging over like a candle. It's kind of boring. And but this is actually pretty cool. You open up the CD and look, it's a doily. You can put your drink on this. Something right there. Yeah, I kind of like that. It's kind of that's kind of cool. And the paper here. The paper here is like paper. It's like, talk about paper thin. Like this is just like this. You can recycle. This is recyclable paper. It's actually good for the environment. It's not that glossy, heavy that heavy paper. This is like a newspaper. So I was kind of like, wow, you could recycle. It's very kind of using your head there. Charli XCX, probably because she's kind of her vision. But let's talk about some of the songs. Got the song House kicking it off. Kind of very dark, very gothic song featuring John Cale. That's what it says. It's very, very tiny. I'm very nearsighted. I can see what's directly in front of me, but distance, the hell if I could see anything in the distance. But I can read what's directly in front of me, even though it's pretty small. But yeah, that's a cool song. Very gothic. They really go into the gothic sort of feel of Wuthering Heights on here, because people love the gothic thing. Also got Wall of Sound, which is the first kind of real song on here. Like, really cool. Really like that. Dying for You is a really good song. Always Everywhere is cool. Chains of Love, that was the big single. House and Chains of Love were released as a singles. House is kind of more just an odd song to release, but it totally works for, I guess, what they were going for. But Chains of Love is fantastic. And that song sounds like, and I've heard this mentioned, that this album sounds very much like early Charli XCX, like her first album, True Romance. Definitely sounds like that, like very synthy, very kind of 80s sounding, but it still sounds very, very modern. It's really cool. Yeah, I really like Chains of Love. Out of Myself is good. Open Up. Seeing Things is a really cool song. Altars is great. Yeah. My Reminder, Funny Mouth, Closing It Out, Eyes of the World. I mean, really not a sinker in the bowl on here. And I dug this out just to kind of as a comparison, because this is the last time I talked about a sort of soundtrack album from a pop star for a recent movie. This was, Harlequin by Lady Gaga. Now, I love Lady Gaga. She can do no wrong, but I really thought this was a misfire. Go back and watch my review. I was not, and I actually did get around to seeing the Joker movie, the Folie à Deux movie. Complete poop. Not good. I mean, first of all, the Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix didn't really need a sequel to begin with. But they give it a sequel, and then it's like this Busby Berkeley musical. Like, they don't need this. And that's kind of what, Lady Gaga said this was not really a soundtrack. It's sort of like a companion, which, okay, I get what she was trying to do, but it's not a lot of, classic Lady Gaga that you're gonna get, that you really want. You know, there's just, there's not a lot of great moments on here. Whereas this, you don't have to have any knowledge of Wuthering Heights. You don't have to see the movie. You don't have to. It's more of it's considered a soundtrack album, but it's more of a companion. This totally works as a standalone Charli XCX album, which is fantastic. That's what you'd want for this. You think Lady Gaga would kind of go more of because she's the innovator. She's Mother Monster. But now Charli XCX is picking up the slack. She's picking it up. She's like, okay, here I am just going to do, essentially a soundtrack album, but this is how you do it. It has themes from the, Wuthering Heights, the book, the movie, but it still kind of works as its own thing. And that's what I love about this, because I don't have to have any connection to Wuthering Heights. I mean, I'm going to see this new version because, you got hot people in it. Come on. Margot Robbie, Jacob Elordi. Give me that threesome. Come on. Put me in the middle of that. I mean, Margot Robbie's also in my other. Her and Ryan Gosling as Barbie and Ken. Actually, bring Ryan Gosling in too. That's my fantasy come true. Two hot guys, Jacob Elordi, Ryan Gosling, Margot Robbie in there too. My head would explode. So yeah, I'm gonna see the movie mainly just for that. Watching hot people. I could watch it with the volume off if I so choose. I'd be so entertained. But yeah, I would say this totally works as a standalone album. So Charli XCX has done it again. And as you know, if you're watching this channel, I'm a huge, gigantic Charli XCX fan. Name one of my cats after Charli XCX. So, yeah, I'm really pleased with that. I thought this is good. This is still what you want for Charli XCX. And I was a bit worried because I'm thinking, I don't know much about Wuthering Heights. But I was really surprised that it just sounds like a great standalone Charli XCX album. So I really dig it. And I thought just as an exclusive here, we're talking about the great Charli XCX. Back in 2022, I did an interview with Charli XCX. We used to have a special here called the Very Scary Video Show. Had to be taken down. I don't really need to get into why, but it's kind of a long story. But the interview's still good. So I thought, why don't we show this exclusive interview I did with Charli XCX. She was promoting her Crash album at the time, which might be my favorite Charli XCX album. But in this interview, I really got to kind of expose her as an artist, find out what makes her tick, and really kind of get into her creative process. So here's the exclusive interview I did with Charli XCX. Charli, welcome. How are you feeling?
I feel very excited.
Excellent. Let's get started. Now, I read that you recently got sprayed by a skunk while performing at an outdoor venue. How long did it take to get the stink out?
5 weeks.
Oh, that's horrible. Now tell me, Oh, your hair's covering your eye there. There you go. Now, I absolutely love your latest album, Crash. What were some of your influences while making the album?
I don't know.
I see. How does it make you feel when people come up to you on the street and spray Windex in your eyes?
That's something that I find to be quite annoying, you know.
If you ran somebody over in a Jeep Wrangler, what would be going through your head?
Reverse and be like, I need to be calm because you're long gone.
Of course. Oh, and your hair again. Getting back to your music, I read that you'll be collaborating and touring with the Wiggles. Are you excited?
I am, yes. I'm very, very excited. I'm also going to try and be restrained and not go absolutely mental.
What are your thoughts on the song Yummy by Justin Bieber?
The worst song ever.
Oh, your hair again? And you got a snot or something on your nose. Oh, and some wax in your ears. There you go. Well, we're out of time here. Any plans for later?
I'm very excited to roll around in some mud and go wild.
I should have guessed you were into mud wrestling. Thank you for this interview.
Thank you.
That's it for this week. Until we meet again, this is Brett Strong saying good journey.